I suppose now is as good a time as any to talk about airports, where giant metal tubes projectilize living people through the atmosphere like fuel-powered one-way boomerangs, while passengers worry about complimentary peanuts and trays being in the upright position. Plays chopsticks on my nerve circuitry. Back a while, way back, you know, in July, like 3 weeks ago. Oh my god, it's still July. I was arriving to depart from an airport, feeling freaky fresh with my tote bag and DSLR camera, which I was swaddling like a spunky dad with a toddler. I would demonstrate, but I'm using the camera. Why do we say shush to things that don't talk? Or like a spork carrying a baby. Wait, no, that's a stork. Wow, that was a brief but terrifying image. Let this be a lesson to all of you. A student ID from your senior year of high school and a 2 days expired driver's permit are not enough to get you through airport security without raising any alarms. There I am. A burning red tan line on my forehead, sunglasses that clip onto my normal glasses, and the filmmaker's version of a fanny pack around my waist. And the lady, Davon, says, "Oh, you don't got no identification?" And I said, "Exactly, I have identification." And she said, "You got a credit card?" And I said, "No, I don't believe in money that doesn't exist." I actually just said no, like a sassless gentleman. And so she said, "Passport?" And I said, "No, sorry, they said I had to retake the picture because I was smiling too much." I did say that. That's a true story. And it's why I was in the predicament in the first place. So she said, "Driver's license?" I have to booty pop my lips every time she says something. And so I said, "No, I'm terrified of projectilized metal tubes." Again, I just said no, but I was definitely thinking that. So finally she said, "You a US citizen?" And after a long string of no's, I said, "No. Yes. Yep." Which must have been the wrong answer, because then she went and got Jordan. And Jordan was not the tall Brazilian model I ordered to take me to the special part of security. Jordan was, however, a mild-mannered mid-20-year-old with enough pineapple-scented pomade to sink a small ship, or at least to polish the side of the ship so it looks real good, right before it sinks from how much pomade was in his hair. So while Jordan slipped on some doctor's gloves to feel me up professionally, I shed myself of my possessions, emptying my seemingly infinite pockets like a couple of Mary Poppins purses, reminding me how attached to the material we are sometimes. We really carry it around like baggage. Self-five. There we were, in the middle of the ultimate place of comings and goings, while Jordan narrated every single thing he was doing as he was doing it, as though we were putting on a street performance. And now I'm going to put the back of my hand up your inner thigh, and here we go! There was ball cuppage. Every couple of minutes or so, he would ask me, "Would you like to go to the private screening room for this?" And then he would look around at the other people. And then a couple minutes later, he would ask me, "Are you sure you wouldn't like to go to the private screening room for this?" And I was like, "Are you comfortable with this?" Other than that, everything was going pretty dandy. I was being the epitome of cooperative, while my travel buddies had already come and gone, leaving to wait at the terminal. And everything would have been fine. Except I left a piece of chocolate in my pocket. It was a tiny, spherical delectable from the lobby of the hotel we had been staying in. And of course, since I foolishly, "You fool," left it in my pocket and not in one of the bins, "You fool," it was immediately suspect. Jordan unwraps my chocolate and takes out a knife. It was a small Swiss Army knife, but for the sake of embellishment, we'll say it was a solid shiv. And he starts trying to hack at my tasty cocoa treat. It was like a prison guard trying to check for drugs. Chocolate is my drug. Guilty as charged. Meanwhile, the chocolate ball is rolling all over the table. And then he'd try and cut it again. Until finally, he manages to cut a fourth and a 3/4 of a chunk. Welcome to the math moment with E.T. Gulock. Determines there are no shards of glass or fireworks in it. Hands me the foil with the shattered off-brand milk dud. Thank you. And says, "You can use the table for as long as you'd like." And then he walks away. I throw the chocolate out, devastated. I pull my pants back up from sagging and put my belt back on. I return my trinklings to the proper khaki docking ports. And I book it to the terminal, Olympic sprint style, just in time, to find out that the flight had been delayed 4 hours.
Get it!
I return my trinklings to the proper tacky-talkie torts. The proper to the proper khaki docking ports. How is that easier to say than khaki docking ports?